This video is a follow-up video to one called Drop the Glove. So if you haven't already seen that one, go see that and then come back and watch this one. When you watch Drop the Glove, be sure to watch the whole thing. Otherwise, you're not going to get what we're talking about in this video. Okay? Let's talk about Drop the Glove. Drop the Glove has two scenarios. In scenario one, the student is standing there thrusting distance from the wall. In scenario two, they're starting at their lunging distance from the wall. In scenario one, all they have to do is thrust. In scenario two, all they have to do is lunge. In both scenarios, the actual glove drop is constant. That is, the glove will drop from approximately 7 feet to hit the floor in roughly 0.6 seconds, passing the sweet spot, the place where the student's point should hit the glove and pin it to the wall, at about 0.3 seconds. In both scenarios, the student's reaction time will also be a constant, on average between 200 and 250 milliseconds. There are 300 milliseconds in 0.3 seconds. Subtracting reaction time of 200 milliseconds, the student has 100 milliseconds, or 0.1 of a second, to execute the thrust or the lunge. In scenario one, where you only make the thrust, you have about 1/10 of a second to extend your arm and make the point travel about 6 inches and pin the glove to the wall. In scenario two, at lunging distance, you have to move your whole damn body and the body weight thereof about 24 inches to hit the glove and pin it to the wall. Now, the first scenario is pretty easy. Most people can do that, certainly after a couple of tries. I have a lot of students that walk right up there, boom, boom, pin that glove to the wall like a sharpshooter. First time, every time. Yay, we all applaud, right? I've never had a student that couldn't do it no matter what. I may have to give them a few tries, coach them a little bit, but I have never had a student who could not pin the glove to the wall with a thrust. And I'm talking beginners here. I'm talking to kids who are only like 8 weeks of fencing for an hour once or twice a week. All right, so these are not polished warriors or anything, right? I've never had a student who couldn't pin the glove to the wall with a thrust. I have never had a student who could pin the glove to the wall with a lunge. Not even close. Not even close. Now, don't take my word for it, because that's not what I do. You get your glove and you get a pal to drop it for you, and you try pinning that glove to the wall and then try hitting it with a lunge. Now, drop the glove is an exercise. It is not a drill. We're not going to stand there for hours and hours and practice pinning the glove to the wall to get good at that. It's not for that purpose. Because look, man, most people can already do scenario one. And they're never going to be able to do scenario two. So there's no point in repeating it, right? You just have to experience it one time, right? To say amen and get the point, right? So it's not about that. Speed is not the determining factor. Everybody is plenty fast enough to pin the glove to the wall with a thrust. And nobody is fast enough to hit that glove with a lunge. So if this exercise is not a drill, what is it? Funny you should ask. Here's what this is about. In card magic, they say the hand is quicker than the eye. In sword magic, we say the hand is quicker than the foot. What the hell does that mean? Well, it means that you can move your hand the distance it takes to parry before anybody from lunging distance can close the distance on you to hit you with a lunge. Everybody's hand is faster than anybody else's foot, all other things being equal. So why is that important? The hand is faster than the foot. Why is that important? Well, for one thing, if you know that and you're defending and your opponent is attacking you, all you have to do is parry. And drop the glove. You know that you've got plenty of time. That dummy's not going to hit you faster than you can parry. You don't have to hurry. You don't have to rush. We always say, what? When it is not necessary to act, it is necessary not to act. You parry only when, if you don't parry, you're going to get hit. Well, there's lots of time there. That guy is at lunging distance. You got drop the glove on your side. You got time for a cup of coffee, a cigarette, read a magazine before you have to parry. That gives you a great deal of control over what's happening, and control of yourself, and thence of your opponent, is exactly what this is about. Okay, now, if that is true, if the hand is faster than the foot, and if anybody's hand is faster than anybody else's foot, why does anybody ever attack? You know you can't hit him, right? How is that possible? Does an attack ever hit? Does anybody ever hit their opponent by lunge? It happens. How the hell does that happen? The defender has dropped the glove on their side. If the guy lunging is hitting him, how's that possible? The secret to drop the glove is to lunge before the glove drops, right? You have to know ahead of time when the glove is going to drop. And if you know ahead of time when the glove is going to drop, you start early, right? However, if you are reacting to the glove dropping, if you're waiting for me to drop the glove and then you're going to try and guess, you're going to try and read me, you're going to try and read my tell, like you're going to figure out, oh, he's going to drop the glove now? Well, first of all, fat fucking chance. But second of all, it still doesn't give you time because you're still reacting to what you perceive. It doesn't give you enough of a time advantage. You need quite a bit. You will never be able to hit the glove on a lunge if you are reacting to the glove dropping. You have to know what happens before what happens. And you might be able to guess correctly sometime, but if you guess incorrectly, where does that leave you? Think of them as being sharp. Well, here's the thing. Action always beats reaction. Action always beats reaction. The only thing that beats action is pre-action. You don't guess when your opponent is going to drop the glove, that is to give you the opening you want. You're not going to guess when he's going to do it. You're going to make him do it. You know when it's going to happen because you're the one making it happen, or he thinks it's his idea. Yeah, let him think that. But you're controlling his behavior, and that's how you know when the glove is going to drop. Well, that sounds great. That's easy. How simple. Just control your opponent's behavior. Golly, why didn't I think of that? So how do I do that, Coach? Funny you should ask. When you are in a state of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual equilibrium, we call that being centered. When you are centered, it is not possible for your opponent to hit you. Not possible. On the flip side of that, when your opponent is in a state of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual equilibrium, you can't hit them. Not no way, not no how. As long as they are centered in this state of relaxed alertness, ready, willing, and able to respond adequately and appropriately to your action, there's nothing you can do to hit them. You're never going to pin the glove to the wall that way. So what you must do is first uncenter your opponent. You can uncenter your opponent physically, for example, making them be off balance. Advance, retreat, advance, retreat, advance, retreat. Changing rhythm, timing, balance forces them to, you want them to change their focus from external to internal for that long. Changing timing is one of the ways to do that. If you haven't seen the George Foreman, Mike Moorer fight, then you should see what Foreman does to end that fight. So you can uncenter your opponent physically. You can uncenter your opponent mentally by making their mind go someplace that you want it to be. I make a feint to the chest. I convince you that I'm going to attack and hit your chest. Because you are convinced that that is true, and all people act in accordance with what they believe to be true. Because you believe it's true that I'm going to hit you on the chest, you marshal up your defenses to protect that area, you pericarp. The thing is, I'm not going to hit you on the chest, I'm going to hit you on the shoulder. And so when you move your blade out of the way for me to protect your chest, then I hit you on the shoulder. Nota bene, I'm not guessing when this is going to happen. I'm making it happen. Because when I feint at your chest, if you don't parry, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hit you. And the next time you'll fucking parry. And I'll hit you on the other side. See how that works? Lead your opponent by his mind. Emotionally. Another way you can uncenter your opponent is to uncenter them emotionally. Fear is number one. Now, these aren't sharp swords, so it's not the fear of death literally. But right after the fear of death, the fear of embarrassment comes in a close second at the wire. Embarrassment, losing, being thought of as less than, conceiving of yourself as less than because you lost. And if you do that, you're a fucking idiot. But that's another story. All right? So fear is one. Anger is another. Make them scared, make them angry. All right? Then you can lead them around by the nose because both of those things, or any emotional stimulation, takes them out of the moment. They're caught up in that emotion instead of being relaxed and focused externally where they need to be. They have changed to an internal focus on that emotion rather than the external focus on the opponent. Right? You can uncenter them physically, mentally, emotionally. Okay, let's talk about spiritually. This will be good for a laugh. To uncenter your opponent spiritually, they must know that you have the moral law on your side and that nothing they do will prevent you from defeating them. One of the things you do with Drop the Glove, I'll tell you, I shouldn't tell you this, but I'll tell you this. Mr. Logan had us do this exercise. We practice fencing, right? He'd say, Adam, your job in this bout is to win 1-0 at the end of time, at the end of 5 minutes. What he wanted me to do was to spend most of my time jerking my opponent around. That is to say, I would come on guard and let them attack me. Attack me any way you want. Parry, parry, parry. All right? Remember, drop the glove. You're lunging yourself to death after a glove you ain't never going to hit. over and over and over again. How many times do you think you would try drop the glove on the lunge before you say, hey, this is a sucker bet, I'm done with this? Well, apparently not everybody is as smart as you are. Because I've had bouts where guys lunged themselves to exhaustion while I was going tink, 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 tink. And once I establish in their mind that there's no way that they can hit me, guess what happens next? So that's what I'm talking about. Having the moral law on your side and establishing for them the reality of the fact that there's nothing they can do to defeat you. We can talk more about that sometime if you want. Because of what people have seen in movies and TV and stuff, they have the misimpression that being a good fighter is about being faster than your opponent. Drop the glove is important because it demonstrates for you that speed is not the answer. You can get on your lunging distance to the wall, I drop the glove. You can go as hard and as fast as you want. It's not going to make a damn bit of difference. No matter how fast you think you can lunge. I don't care. I've done this exercise with cats that were on the Olympic team or looking for a place on the Olympic team. You know what? They couldn't hit it either. They're pretty damn fast. Some people will hang on to that, harder and faster is the answer. Frankly, mostly men. I don't know if it's that women are just fundamentally more intelligent or what, but I will have one student, seems like in every class, I have this student. He wants to try it again. Now, he has just lunged 3 or 4 times, trying to hit the glove to the wall, and didn't come as close to it as a politician comes to the truth. I mean, nowhere near. But he wants to go again. Understand? He wants to try it again. He thinks, and some part of his brain is telling him that he can hit that somehow. If he just give me just one more try, Maestro, I'm sure I can do it. See, that's an idiot. And that idiot is no, not almost. That idiot is always male. I've never had a woman do that. And I've done this women who were on the fencing team who were pretty damn good at the lunge. None of them ever asked for another. Yeah, let me try that again. I can do it. So that suggests something to me, that somewhere along the line, guys, you gotta let go of that big dick complex, and harder and faster is not the answer to every problem you run into. Just saying. One more important thing about drop the glove. I always have my students do this. Every one of my students does drop the glove. They try to pin the glove to the wall and lunge at it. Why do I do that? Why don't I just, show them one example, explain it to them, and let them write that down in a notebook and, take my word for it? There's an old saying that experience is the best teacher. See, I think that's not quite correct. I think experience is the only teacher. I think all the rest of that is bullshit advice. So I don't want you to believe something just because Big Daddy says it's true. What kind of crap is that? I don't do it, and I don't want you to do it. So I try to provide my students with this experience. I want you to experience the reality of drop the glove. I want you to feel what it's like to be a lunging distance and give it your all-out best, fastest, hardest lunge and watch that glove laugh at you laying on the floor. I want you to experience the reality of this directly and for yourself. This is a truth that you know. And once you know it, nobody can bullshit you out of it. Once you try drop the glove for yourself, from that lunging distance, some bozo come in and say, oh, I could do that. You would immediately go, yeah, good. Let's put your money where your mouth is. How about putting $100 on it? See? And don't do that, but I mean, you could. I have. But but don't do that. I'm not advocating, but that's why I have students do it. My whole my whole purpose in teaching is to create circumstances in which the student can have the opportunity to experience a truth for themselves. Then they own it. They're not borrowing these things from me. They're not taking my word for it. They own it. They know it directly from their own experience. And that's what I think teaching is.